Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Kalanicki. Sorry I can't be there today, so I'm going to record a video so you guys can be learning while I'm not there, and it's like I'm teaching right in front of you. Alright, so you should have checked all your homework questions. This is a little bit of a review. Some of these at the bottom were adding and subtracting. So again, remembering our adding rules, same signs add, different signs subtract, as well as our subtraction rule, leave, change, inverse, changing it into an adding problem. Yesterday we talked about multiplication, so the bottom two questions right here involved multiplying. So you should have had one about repeated adding. So 5 negative 2's is like adding negative 2 plus negative 2 plus negative 2 plus negative 2 plus negative 2. Adding all those two together, those are like terms, those are same signs, just add them all up, and the answer is negative 10. The bottom chart is just like we did in our packet yesterday, following a pattern to make an inference about the rule. So as we get down, 12, 6, 0, then we go into negative 6, negative 12. So that's what we did yesterday. So today we're moving on to dividing integers. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and we're going to work together on some problems. Alright, so the first kinds of questions we're going to look at are these examples right here. In the middle column, we're going to explain what kind of question this is, what type of quotient it is. We're going to find the answer, and then we're going to decide if that answer was positive, negative, or 0. Alright, so we're going to start with the first one. So these guys are different signs. So I'm going to write different signs. Okay, so those two are different signs, diff signs. What is the relationship between 15 and 3? Again, just like multiplying, don't ignore the signs right now, just work on the numbers. What's 15 divided by 3? Okay, 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now, because they have different signs, my answer will be negative 5. So I'm going to write negative. Sorry, it's really hard to write on this. I hope you guys can see the spelling. Okay. Next one. These are different signs? No, these are the same signs. These are both positive. Same signs. So this is a question I could have given to you maybe a couple years ago. What's 12 divided by 4? Or 4 times what gets you 12? If you count by 4s, 3 times you'll get 12. And that answer, because they have the same sign, is positive. Okay. The next relationship, 12 divided by negative 3. These are, again, different signs. One is positive and one is negative. And again, very similar family kind of multiplication tree, multiplication family. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And because they have different signs, my answer will be negative. So if you remember the rules that we talked about yesterday, it's similar to when we wrote SSA and DSS. And I'm going to use them in a similar kind of way. If we have the same signs, my answer will be positive. And doesn't that just look like a plus sign? Right? Same signs add. If I have different signs, like I did on the last example, I'm not going to subtract them, I'm going to divide, but my answer will be negative, which kind of looks like a subtraction sign. So the same kinds of rules can be similar and remind us just about the signs. That's all we really need to worry about when we're multiplying or dividing. It's just the signs. The math is exactly the same. So let's try the next one. Negative 12 divided by negative 4. Those are the same signs. again, the multiplication family is very similar to the top three that we've been doing. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Because they are the same signs, my answer will be positive. Okay, give everybody a second to copy that down. I'm going to do the next couple with you, and then we're going to try some on your own. So again, these are different signs. I'm going to shortcut with diff instead of different signs. These are the same signs. These are different signs. These are also different signs. Ooh, these are also different signs. We'll talk about these in a second. But again, just by looking at what kind of signs they are, I can tell that because this is different signs, my answer is going to be negative. And just because these guys have the same signs in number 10, my answer is going to be positive. Another negative. Another negative. So let's get these numbers down. 6 divided by 2, or 2 times what makes 6? Count by 2s. 2, 4, 6. I'm holding up 3 fingers. So my answer is going to be 3, but it's going to be negative because the signs were different. All right, 21 divided by 7. 7 times what gets you 21? 7, 14, 21. And this time my 3 will be positive because they had the same sign to begin with. All right, 10 divided by 2. 2 times what gets you 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 5. But that will be a negative 5 because the signs were different. Same thing with this guy. 12 divided by 6, or 6 times what gets you 12? 6 and 6 more makes 12. So that's only 2. And it will be a negative 2. All right, rolling to the very bottom, we have 2 questions that deal with 0. 0 divided by negative 15. So we're going to do, what type of quotient is it? They're not really the same signs. They're not really different signs either. We're just going to write the word 0. Because these examples deal, both of them deal with the number 0. When I am dividing 0 by a number, I just get 0. Think about it in a real life situation. If I have 0 cookies and I want to split it among 4 people, guess how many cookies everybody's getting? 0. Because I don't have any cookies to give you. Sorry. I wish I had cookies to give you, but I don't. So 0 cookies divided by 4 people, everybody gets 0. So this quotient is just going to be 0. And same with this one. Even though it's a negative number, I can't divide it. 0, I have nothing to divide. Everybody gets nothing. All right. So on the next part of this, as you can see, we have our 2 rules. Same signs, positive answer. Different signs, negative answer. I want you right now to pause the video. Take a few minutes to go through these by yourself. You shouldn't need a calculator. Most of them are pretty small. But if you do, you should be using a calculator without signs. So that way you have to decide what kind of sign your final answer will have. For example, in your calculator, you could do 14 divided by 2. But leave out the negative sign, and you have to tell me, is your answer supposed to be positive or negative? All right, so pause the video and come back when you're all done and you're ready to go over it. Okay, welcome back. So, here we go. Different signs, my answer will be negative. 14 divided by 2 is 7, so my final answer is negative 7. These also have different signs. So my answer is also going to be negative. Different signs, negative. This answer, 13 goes into 26 exactly 2 times. So my final answer is negative 2. These are same signs. My answer is going to be positive. 45 divided by 5 is positive 9. Negative 11 divided by negative 1, again, same signs. my answer is going to be positive. 11 divided by 1, I have 11 cookies. I want to divide it by one person. Guess what? That person's getting all 11 cookies, and my answer will be positive. Again, I have a 0 in my quotient right here. I have a 0 that I'm dividing. 0 divided by -7, no matter what, it's going to be 0. No positive, no negative, just 0. All right, moving over to this side. So, different signs. My answer is going to be negative. This answer should get you -7. Again, I have a 0 in my problem for number 4. So my answer is just going to be 0. Number 6, I have different signs. My answer again will be negative. Different signs, 30 divided by 10, or 10 times what gets you 30? That's going to be 3, and it will be negative because they're different signs. This guy is the same signs. Their answer, the quotient's going to be positive. And it looks like a hard question, but it really isn't, because it's the same number divided by the same number. If you're not sure what -31 divided by -31 is, just think about, well, what's 2 divided by 2? It's the same exact kind of question. And you're just going to get 1, positive 1. And the last guy, a little tougher because these are some pretty high numbers, but they do have the same sign. So my answer will be positive. And 11 divided by 121 divided by 11 is actually 11. And it's going to be positive. Oops, sorry. Positive. Don't have to write the positive sign, but I wrote it that time. All right, so now that you went over these, I want you to start reading. What you can do is you can read the first 3 with a partner and set them up and have your partner help you solve them. And then the second half, the second 3 problems, I want you to try independently. Okay, so what you can do is the teacher in the room or Miss Freifeld can take the sticks and give you a partner using the sticks, or they can put you with the person sitting next to you if it's easier to manage. You can pause the video right now and come back in a few minutes when you're ready to go over them. All right, welcome back. So I'm going to read these and we're going to go over these together. So number 11, Clark made 4 of his truck payments late and was fined 4 late fees. The total change to his savings from the late fees was -$40. So how much was one late fee? Well, he had a total of -$40, and it was for 4 fines. And I want to know how much for one fine. So $40 for, or per 4 fines. This is like writing a fraction, but it's also a division problem. So thinking about this division, I know that 4 goes into 40 exactly 10 times. But what kind of sign is my answer going to have? Well, this is different signs, so my answer is going to be negative. So each late fee was $10, or -$10, which makes sense. Next one, Jan received -22 points on her exam. She got 11 questions wrong out of 50 questions. How much was Jan penalized for each wrong answer? Okay, so she got 22 points off for what? She got 22 points off because she got 11 questions wrong per 11 questions. So the 50 really has nothing to do with this problem. Just says, you know, that was what the total was out of. Okay, so again, we're doing our division. Think about 11s. 11 times tables are really easy. 11, 22, 33, 44. We don't have to go very far because, hey, it's 22. So it goes in 2 times. And because it's different signs, my answer is going to be negative. So she got -2 points off for each wrong answer. Number 13. Alan's score in a video game was changed by -75 points because he missed some targets. He got -15 points off for each missed target. So how many targets did he miss? All right, again, we're setting up a division problem. Pretty sure the bigger number is going to go on top. Total of 75 points. Each one was 15 points off. Now, I might not know my 15 times tables, but I do know that these have the same signs, and so my answer is going to be positive. So I'm going to start adding some 50s on the side over here. 15 plus 15 makes 30. plus another 15 makes 45, plus another 15 makes 60. I'm almost there. Plus another 15 makes 75. All right, so let's see how many 15s we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the 5 15s on the board? Okay, so 75 divided by 15 is going to be positive 5. How many targets did he miss? He missed 5, and it makes sense. He didn't miss negative 5 targets. There aren't negative 5 targets to be there. He missed 5. So 5 targets. Let's label these answers. He missed 5 targets. What's negative 2? What did negative 2 represent? Negative 2 represents how many points Jan received off. So that's a negative 2 points. And this is negative $10. All right, next 3. Okay. Louisa's savings account changed by negative $9 each time she went bowling. In all, it changed by negative $99 during the summer. How many times did she go bowling? Okay, so it cost her negative $99, and each one was $9. Sorry, negative $9. I'm reading the question. So that's same signs. My answer will be positive. 9 goes into 9 one time. 9 goes into the other 9 one time. My answer is going to be positive 11. So she went bowling 11 times. There we go. Number 15. Walter buys a bus pass for $30. Every time he rides the bus, money is deducted from the value of the pass. He rode 12 times and $24 was deducted from the value of the pass. How much does each ride cost? Okay, each ride. So he rode the bus 12 times and this much was deducted from his pass. Just because the pass cost $30 doesn't really mean too much. We're talking about the bus ride. So he rode it 12 times and $24 was deducted. So how much money was each ride? Even the wording of the question kind of sets up what they're asking for. They're asking for, I'm looking for my eraser and I can't find it. There it is. Because my dollar sign was really bad. I'm looking for how much per ride. Money per ride. So the money's going to go on the top and the number of rides is going to go on the bottom. So rides, dollars per ride. Dollars per 12 rides. And again, 12 plus 12 makes 24. So he only rode the bus. He rode the bus, 12 times. I erased, that's wrong. I'm rereading the question to double check myself. And it doesn't say times, it says how much did each bus ride cost? Well, each bus ride, my answer was 2. Each bus ride was $2. Let's see if that makes sense. If you rode it 12 times, 2 times 12 makes 24. That makes sense. So each bus ride costs $2. Again, careful reading of the question, careful reading of your rereading of your question to make sure you're answering the question correctly. And last one, number 16. Elisa withdrew $20 at a time from her bank account and withdrew a total of $140. Francis withdrew $45 at a time from his bank account and withdrew a total of $270. Who made the greatest number of withdrawals? Ooh, who made? It means I'm comparing these two people. So let's draw a little line down the center. And I have Elisa on this side with an E, and I have Francis on this side with the F. So a total of $140 Elisa did, and it was $20 each time. So I'm going to count by twos to get up to 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That makes 7. So 20 times 7 gets you 140. So Elisa withdrew money 7 times. Francis withdrew $270 and withdrew it at $45 each time. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know my 45 times tables, but I can add until I get there. 45 plus 45 is 90. Now I know my 9 times tables. 9 goes into 27 3 times. So I would need another set of 90 right here. And I would need one more set of 90. 90 plus 90 plus 90 makes 270. So how many 45s do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. So Francis withdrew the money 6 times. So who made the greater number of withdrawals? Your answer has to be written, has to be her name, Elisa. Now the words justify your answer just mean that you have to show work, like all this great stuff over here, in order to get credit. So my answer is Elisa, but my work is showing why Elisa was the correct answer. Alright, that should bring us right to the end of the first period. If there's a little more time, feel free to give them a sticky note question with some a question on it that involves dividing, or what kind of sign the answer will have in order to transition into the second period. Lab period, we have 2 groups, one working on workbook, one working on IXL, and after about 18 minutes, they're going to be switching. I will leave you guys the answer keys so you can check over your workbook pages when you're done. IXL, both of them need to be worked up to 80%. So that score on the side of your IXL needs to get to 80. At least 80 for both of them. Alright, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask Ms. Freifeld or the sub. Thanks guys so much for watching. I miss you. Have a great day.